Hey there, I'm Tony Nicobo. This is The Uplift. We got a great show for you. Great cast of characters as well. Among them these. A valued employee at Lowe's gets herself into quite a pickle. Steve Hartman has her story. Also an artist who found a photo collection at a Los Angeles flea market and noticed a well-known face among the pictures. Any guesses who it could be? Find out how she got those photos back to their rightful and grateful owner. Also, a veteran with season tickets to the University of Minnesota women's basketball program. Not just about watching games for this fella, it's about coping. We'll explain. Plus, a California restaurant owner who's serving up authentic cuisine and celebrating a culture that is being erased. And David Begnaud, Bats Cleanup for us, introduces his buddy Rob Lane, who wanted to become a kidney donor to save a friend's life, ended up saving his own life instead. All that and more heartwarming news. You know what you're watching. The Uplift. Welcome to The Uplift, the show that lifts you up for at least the next 30 minutes, you and me as well. And we're going to begin here in a Lowe's home improvement store where an employee named Francine got into a bit of a jam. Here's Steve Hartman with our story.
At this Lowe's in Richmond, Virginia, manager Mike Sida has always had a favorite employee.
She wasn't quite as friendly in the very beginning, but after a little while, she found her way into a lot of people's hearts, I guess you could say.
Cats can do that. And for nearly a decade, this former stray named Francine was a constant presence in the garden department. She became a local celebrity until one day, a few months ago, when Francine vanished. Wayne Schneider was Francine's primary caretaker.
I just had a gut feeling that she was gone.
He figured Francine must have wandered onto a freight truck, one bound for this massive Lowe's distribution center in North Carolina. If so, she could have been anywhere here, hiding in the piles of pallets or tucked in the rows of trucks.
Maybe they opened the trailer up and she got out. We would never find her.
But Wayne says he had to try. So he solicited the help of warehouse managers Preston Bullock and Taylor Tacanet.
As long as they had fight in them, we had fight in us to help support.
Our mission's to solve problems, and that's exactly what we took it as. We've got a missing family member out here, so we're going to jump on top of it.
Really, pulled out all the stops, tried to lure Francine with fancy feast, brought in a thermal drone to fly over the facility, even got a high-end 360-degree camera. But still, no luck. Until this image. Grainy, but clearly Francine. And once they knew where she was, they got her.
It was just, I could have cried, I'll be honest.
I was so overjoyed. Tears were just coming down my face that we had found her.
Mike and Wayne loaded her up and drove her home immediately. Then rolled out the blue carpet for their star employee's triumphant return.
It feels good to see her back where she belongs.
Today, Francine is back to her old routine, prowling the store and posing for customers. Proof that the heart of any workplace is the personnel. Steve Hartman, on the road, in Richmond, Virginia.
Coming up, a Los Angeles artist who found a collection of family photos at a flea market and noticed a celebrity was there among the images on the paper. She got them back, though, to the rightful owner, very grateful one as well. Plus, a season ticket holder who goes to games with his dog. Why does University of Minnesota basketball mean so much to this guy? Well, you're going to find out. All that and more after the break. The devastating California wildfires in January displaced thousands of families and often scattered their belongings. Carter Evans spoke to an artist who found a collection of family photos after the fires at a flea market. In a very Hollywood twist, she then noticed a celebrity in the photos.
You guys, the craziest thing happened.
Ricki Lake could hardly contain her excitement online.
I can't even process. Are you ready?
After starring in the movie Hairspray, Lake had a hugely popular talk show in the 1990s. But this year has been filled with heartbreak.
This is what's left of my Malibu home.
Lake's home burned down in January.
I lost everything.
including her cherished family photos, or so she thought.
I'm looking at this woman who I think's really soulful, and I thought, I think that's Ricki Lake.
Patty Scanlon was looking for inspiration for her paintings when she bought a box of photos from a flea market this past weekend.
It was like this thing in the universe that just said, you're going to get those photos and you're going to give them to Ricki.
So she launched a search online.
My phone started blowing up. Does anybody have a way to get in touch with Ricki Lake? I found these photos at a frickin' flea market. I couldn't believe what I was seeing because all of it was gone in the fire.
They were photos of her eldest son, Milo, that Ricki had apparently mailed to a relative decades ago.
I really cannot thank you enough. And the fact that I'm going to get something back that I thought was lost forever is really, it makes me so happy.
It's a story Ricki Lake will be talking about for years to come. Carter Evans, CBS News.
If you watch women's basketball at the University of Minnesota, you will likely see a man with his dog there in the crowd. He is a season ticket holder, and there's a powerful reason why he always shows up for that particular team. Here's Marielle Mose from CBS News, Minnesota.
Almost every home Gopher women's basketball game. Yeah! You can find Ryan Redunzel and his service dog Peyton courtside at the barn.
Yes!
Over the last 5 years, these games have become a place of healing.
Being able to come here and deal with all the sounds and the noises and everything, it's helped me adapt to everything else I do in my life. And so, and then Peyton coming to all the games with me just makes that all easier.
Ryan is a 20-year Air Force veteran. While serving in Afghanistan in 2009, his base was struck by a rocket attack. Ryan survived but lives with PTSD. After he retired from the military, Helping Paws Minnesota paired him with Peyton to help him cope with his PTSD. And Peyton literally wears his responsibilities on his harness vest every day.
This vest is actually made out of my old uniform, and it was very symbolic for me because he wears it for me and I don't have to anymore.
Hit it. Yeah!
Peyton carries the weight at these basketball games when it can feel overwhelming.
He's just always there, and a lot of times he'll be laying down next to me and he'll just put his paw up on my leg, and I'll just reach down and I'll hold his paw while I'm watching the game.
And Peyton is even looked after too, so he can focus solely on Ryan.
One of the ushers has taken upon himself, his name is Colin, and he'll always come over and stand in front of Peyton and blocking, making sure that Peyton's safe. And so that really meant a lot to me.
It's very easy to love Peyton, but hard to remember this dog is at work.
What I always want people to understand is that at the other end of the leash, there's a human being. And a lot of times we're just trying to get through the day. I would always say just enjoy the service dogs from a distance.
Peyton allows Ryan to never miss out on watching the team that's given him so much.
I'll always be a Gopher women's basketball fan because they have helped me with my life.
At Williams Arena with photojournalist Joe Van Ryn, Marielle Mose, WCCO News.
Coming up, we take you to a restaurant near downtown Los Angeles where they are serving up authentic dishes and celebrating a culture that's being erased.
It's more than a restaurant. It's kind of part of my identity. And if people come to the restaurant to try this incredible food and have like a greater appreciation of Uighur culture, I think I will feel like I have accomplished something.
Oftentimes, cooking a meal for someone is an act of love and comfort. At Dolan's in California, cooking is also an act of education, comfort, and identity. Here's Vlad Duthier.
There's no shortage of delicious Asian cuisine in LA's San Gabriel Valley. But Dolan's stands apart as one of few restaurants serving up hearty dishes like these hand-pulled noodles and buttery breads stuffed with juicy meat and onions. These are traditional dishes of the Uighur people.
Uighur culture is not Turkish culture and it's not Chinese culture.
It's its own
unique Uyghur culture.
Owner Ugra Arkeen says that Uyghur food is for everyone.
It's a beautiful blend of Central Asia, Middle Eastern, and Chinese influence. They brought their own taste. For example, our big plate chicken dish, it's a beautiful like a mixture of Chinese culinary culture with Uyghur cuisine.
The Uighur people are a predominantly Muslim ethnic group native to Central Asia. Around 11 to 12 million Uyghurs live in East Turkestan, a region that was renamed Xinjiang when it became part of Northwest China in 1949 after the Chinese Communist Revolution.
Uyghur community in LA is very small.
How small?
A few hundred people.
How many of you
entire Southern California.
Arkeen didn't always set out to open a restaurant when he came to the States in 2015 to study international public policy and management at the University of Southern California. But his plans to return home and pursue a career in business were cut short by the Chinese government's ongoing persecution of Uyghurs.
My family actually visited me when I was at school. And right after that, their passport was all taken away.
So if you were to go back, you could also face persecution.
Of course, 100%.
You wouldn't be able to come back here.
No, I will be disappeared.
What does disappeared mean?
Maybe prison, maybe die.
Even killed.
Even killed.
Just for the crime of being a student here in the United States.
As a Uyghur. They are killing and harming Uyghur people.
And your own father has been in prison?
In prison.
How long?
Since 2018.
Since 2018?
Yes.
And you haven't seen him since then?
No, I never heard his voice.
You haven't even heard his voice?
Yes.
Do you have any news of how he's doing?
My mom, she still can visit him. He's in very bad shape. He's 62 years old.
Feeling hopeless toward the atrocities affecting his people and his family, Arkeen opened Dolan's to spread awareness.
Opening a restaurant, it could be like a space to educate people of our history and tradition.
His menu now attracts customers across 3 locations in Los Angeles.
Traditionally, we just eat with skewers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Done. Easy.
Yeah.
I love lamb, so this is so... It's tender, and it's seemingly endless. No way. I got to try a little bit of everything. Yum. It is such a perfect noodle. Like, chewy and tender, but also unbelievable. Through providing this country with a taste of his home, Arkeen hopes to preserve his heritage.
It's more than a restaurant. It's kind of part of my identity. And if people come to the restaurant to try this incredible food and have like a greater appreciation of Uyghur culture, I think I will feel I have accomplished something.
Coming up in a moment, meet a man who wanted to become a kidney donor to save a friend's life. Find out how he ended up saving his own. David Begnaud now has a powerful story about a man who volunteered to give a kidney to a friend. The life he saved, though, turned out to be his own.
Hi, we're twins. Hi. He volunteered to give her one of his kidneys.
Oh, I know.
And instead found a cancer that could have killed him.
You're doing a really nice job.
Thank you.
Before we talk about the diagnosis or the donation,
Just a bit.
I want you to know who Rob Lane is.
Let's just leave it here.
Take one. The things I do for David.
He has been my dear friend for nearly 20 years.
Things I do for you.
Even better.
Never mind, David.
Who? David who?
The way that Rob shows up for people like Doris Patel.
We have a tenacity about us, right?
Explains exactly why he stepped forward in the first place.
Nice to see you. Nice to see you again.
Rob grew up in Sacramento, adopted at birth and raised Jewish by 2 teachers. He had a family from day one. What he didn't have was a medical history.
I tried to do the DNA testing. I tried to find family that I wasn't necessarily connected with, and I couldn't.
But Rob knew something else early in life. He knew what organ donation meant.
Growing up, I had to reconcile the fact that in order for my dad to live, somebody else had to die.
Rob's dad, Leonard, received a liver transplant when Rob was a teenager, and that memory still sits close to the surface.
It was nearly 9 months ago that doctors told Leonard Lane, a 45-year-old kindergarten teacher, that hepatitis B was killing him.
Years later in Sacramento, Rob and his husband Mark met Doris, who became like family.
The Monday
Oh, our Monday night dinner.
Mondays are for food and belonging, and the kind of community that holds you up.
It's always nice to know I have a place to go New Year's Eve.
But then at 79, Doris was diagnosed with end-stage kidney disease.
And I was in very good health, except for the kidneys, and I was in great shape, and I was a good candidate for kidney transplant. But I needed a living donor.
Rob stepped forward. He wasn't a perfect genetic match, but he planned to donate through a voucher program that would prioritize Doris through the National Kidney Registry. Months of testing led to one last requirement, a colonoscopy.
Doctor came in and told me I had cancer. Which, being 45, is hard to hear. Because I have a son, I have a husband, I have a life, I have things that I want to do. I'm not done.
Stage 1 colon cancer. 45 years old, no symptoms. Just 7 months before diagnosis, he was living his best life.
I was running and swimming and being active and traveling. Months before, Mark and I were hiking the Inca Trail, and I'm totally fine. And then wham, I come back and I'm like, wait, actually, you're not fine.
They ended up removing a foot of your colon.
That's right.
You had no chemo, no radiation.
That's right.
But you had a hell of a surgery.
I did. I knew this year I was gonna have surgery. I thought it was gonna be to save somebody else's life. I didn't realize it was gonna be to save my own.
Whew. And as he healed, something shifted.
I leave these experiences with a sense of increased purpose. I don't want to let life happen to me. I wanna make life happen.
Is there something you don't want to do anymore?
Ooh, what do I want to stop doing? That's an interesting question. I want to leave behind what other people think of me and really just live for myself. It's usually a bumper sticker, not a boat sticker.
Rob needed something ahead of him.
One of the first things I did was sign up to swim from Manhattan to the Statue of Liberty. Because at that moment, I realized I needed something not to just be healthy for, I needed something to work for. Because that is living, that's not just surviving.
But even in his own fight,
this is classic you. You are still worried about dear Doris.
It was the hardest thing I had to do. And one of the hardest conversations I had to have with throughout my whole entire process was to tell my friend Doris that I was no longer a viable candidate. So as we sit here today, she is still in need of a voucher or a kidney or a donor.
Today, Doris is 81 and on peritoneal dialysis.
That'd be pretty on you.
Which she does at home on her own every night as she sleeps. Despite doubts, she says, from her doctor.
Hi, Robin. I go to work every day, 5 days a week. I take care of a house. I live a life, and I want to continue to live a life. When I told him that, he said, I just don't think that you're a candidate for peritoneal dialysis. I said, watch me.
Rob is cancer-free and using what happened to him to promote colon cancer screenings and living organ donation.
I'm not done living and laughing and crying and reading and, doing, and just really being very grateful for that moment. And this is another moment I'm really grateful for, so thank you.
Me too. Me too.
Rob so badly wanted to be part of Doris's solution, but instead she became part of his survival.
It was his heart, his generosity, and his love of his father, and the memory of what his father went through that wanted him to do this for me. Therefore, he saved his own life. I just am a byproduct.
I
do.
think you're being incredibly humble.
No, humble me, humble. I hope that's on TV. That better be on TV because nobody would say I was humble. You saved your own life. They like to give me credit. I don't take any credit for it. I take credit for the love we have because he wanted to do this for me. And I love that. And I'm old enough to be his girlfriend.
That's our show. I hope it brightened your day. I hope it lifted you up. If for some reason it didn't, go ahead and press play again. Rerun still totally free. I'm going to wander off and find some good news. See you next time.